Be me, 24, working GameStop because my CS degree is apparently worthless. Coworker brings sister Chloe to Christmas party. She's solid 8 with that art ho aesthetic, dyed hair, vintage clothes, nose ring, whole Pinterest package. Actually talks to me instead of pretending I'm furniture. Oh my god, you know so much about retro games. Spend whole party explaining 16-bit versus 8-bit like some kind of tech wizard. A few days later, she slides into my DMs asking to hang out. Nearly dropped my Switch because this never happens. Bubble tea date goes well until she starts taking 47 selfies before ordering. Stand next to me, we need good lighting. She documents literally everything, like nature photographer. Second date at art museum, she poses me in front of every exhibit. Stand here and look contemplative. What does contemplative even look like? Just stare at painting like you're thinking deep thoughts. Feel like trained monkey. But she's calling me boyfriend, so whatever. Third date arcade. She films me playing claw machine for 20 minutes. Finally wins stuffed Pikachu, and she immediately posts it. Caption, my gamer BF is so thoughtful. Start noticing pattern emerging. Every single thing we do gets documented and posted. Her entire Instagram becomes couple content overnight. Look at her old posts. Zero romantic stuff before me. Literally went from single girl lifestyle to relationship goals. Influencer instantly. Realize I appear in 90% of her recent content. Followers commenting, relationship goals, under every post. She reads engagement stats to me like sports scores. Look, we got 500 likes already. Great, really validates our human connection. Why are you being sarcastic? Because this feels faker than Chinese knockoff Pokemon cards. Things get even weirder when she starts staging spontaneous moments. Pulls me aside at Target to recreate proposal scene for TikTok. Just get on one knee and pretend to propose. With what ring? My GameStop employee discount card. It doesn't matter, just make it look romantic. People staring while I'm on my knees in cereal aisle. She posts it with caption, when he's ready to commit. Comments asking when's the wedding. Oh, it's not real, just for content. Then why did you post it like it was real? Because it got 2,000 likes. Start getting suspicious about everything she does. Notice she only wants to go places that are trending on social media. That new Korean BBQ place with the neon wall, the infinity mirror room at the mall, literally any location with aesthetic potential. Meanwhile, she refuses to do anything I actually want. Want to stay in and play some co-op games. That's boring. Let's go to that new rooftop bar. But you don't even drink. I don't need to drink. I need to be seen drinking. Consult my friend Chris about the situation. Chris has been in relationships before. Seems like he knows what he's talking about. Dude, you need to romance her properly. What do you mean, Chris? Make dinner at home, put on some good music, watch her favorite movie. Then when the romantic part comes, you kiss her. Chris, that sounds way too normal for her. Trust me, bro. Girls love that authentic romantic stuff. Decide to try Chris's advice. Plan elaborate home date night. Spend entire paycheck on ingredients for fancy pasta. Download Spotify Premium just for the occasion. Clean my apartment for first time in months. Ask her what her favorite movie is. Probably Titanic. It's so romantic. Rent Titanic even though it's 3 hours long. She shows up and immediately starts documenting. Films herself arriving at my door. Date night at my boyfriend's place. Takes photos of the food before we eat. Sets up ring light in my living room. This lighting is terrible. We need to move the couch. Spend 30 minutes rearranging furniture for optimal filming angles. Finally sit down to eat dinner. She films me serving pasta like I'm Gordon Ramsay. Say something romantic about cooking for me. I cooked pasta. No, something more poetic. I cooked this pasta with love. Perfect. Now look at me lovingly. Feel like actor in world's worst romantic comedy. Start movie, and she immediately begins live tweeting. Watching Titanic with Bae, crying already. We're literally 5 minutes into the movie. She hasn't cried once. Romantic scene comes up where Jack draws Rose. Chers's advice echoes in my head. Lean in for the kiss like he suggested. She pushes me away. Wait, I need to set up the camera first. Camera for what? To film our first kiss in my apartment. We've kissed before. Not in your apartment though, it's different content. Sets up tripod and phone to record us. Okay, now kiss me, but make it look natural. How do I make a kiss look natural when there's a camera recording? Just pretend it's not there. Attempt most awkward kiss in human history. She stops mid-kiss. Can we do that again? The angle was weird. Take 2 of the most unromantic kiss ever. She reviews footage immediately. This doesn't look authentic enough. Because it's not authentic, but what do you mean? We're literally performing for a camera. That's what couples do nowadays. No, that's what influencers do. Movie continues, but she's editing kiss video on her phone. Ignores entire Titanic except to post about crying during sad parts. Spoiler alert, she's not actually crying, just making crying faces for camera. When movie ends, she wants to recreate famous door scene. We should go to a pool and reenact the floating door part. That scene is about someone dying. Yeah, but it would get so many views. Views of us pretending someone died. Exactly. Tragedy content performs really well. Realize this girl is completely insane. Chris's romantic advice backfired spectacularly. Instead of genuine connection, created more content opportunities. She posts entire night as story with caption, "Perfect boyfriend date night." Comments praising me for being romantic. Meanwhile, I'm questioning my life choices. Breaking point comes during 2-month anniversary. She sets up professional photo shoot in park. Brings ring light, tripod, backdrop, whole production. This looks like commercial shoot, not romantic picnic. Spend entire date adjusting camera angles. Barely 10 minutes actually talking or eating. Posts go up immediately with perfect boyfriend captions. Obsessively refreshing for engagement metrics. Confront her about social media obsession. Do you actually like me or just like dating me for content? What kind of question is that? Of course I like you. Then why does every moment need documentation? I want people to see how happy we are. Happy we are or happy you want to appear. You're overthinking this. Test theory by suggesting staying and watching anime. What? That sounds boring. Boring for us or boring for your audience? Stop making everything about social media. You literally just called anime boring because no content potential. Well, it doesn't make for good posts. Final straw comes when she asked me to retake candid conversation. That was perfect, but I wasn't recording. What was perfect? When you explained that building architecture, that was just normal conversation. Can you do it again, but this time I'll film it? You want me to perform our relationship instead of living it. You're being dramatic. Just redo the pointing thing. Absolutely not. This is insane. Argument escalates. She gets nasty. If you don't help with content, I'll step on your balls. Excuse me, what? I'll crush them like Dio stepping on Danny. Did you just threaten my masculinity with JoJo reference? Maybe I did. What are you going to do about it? Probably break up with you for being psycho. Ultimate breaking point comes with her master plan. My follower count has been dropping lately. Sorry to hear that. I think we need something big to boost engagement. Maybe we could pretend to break up, then get back together. Pretend to break up for social media content. It would be so dramatic. People love relationship drama. People love it. What about what we love? We can love each other and still create good content. No, we really can't, and that's the problem. Real relationships aren't content farms. You're being selfish. This could help my brand. Your brand, what about our actual relationship? They can be the same thing. No, they really can't. Break up with her in coffee shop. This isn't working out. What? Why? Because you see me as content creator, not boyfriend. That's not true. You just asked me to fake breakup for engagement. That was just one idea too many. She suddenly gets up and runs outside. Coffee shop goes silent. Everyone's staring. Sit there for a moment, processing what just happened. Realize I actually care about this crazy girl. Run after her into parking lot. It's starting to rain. Perfect timing for this disaster. She's standing by her car crying, not filming for once. Rain getting heavier, soaking through our clothes. Chloe, wait. Please don't leave me. Turn around with tears mixing with raindrops. It's better for both of us. No, it's not. We can fix this. I can't change who I am. You don't have to change everything. Just what? Stop being myself. Stop treating our relationship like business. But that's who I am now. I don't know how to be different. Rain pouring down harder, both of us completely drenched. We can figure it out together. She shakes her head, more tears. You deserve someone real. You are real, underneath all the social media stuff. No, I'm not real anymore. Everything I do is for content, even this conversation. Look down and see she's not holding her phone. You're not filming this, because this is the only real moment I've had in months. Then let's have more real moments. I don't think I can. The followers, the likes, the engagement. It's like an addiction. I can't stop. Rain creating dramatic backdrop for most genuine conversation we've ever had. Yes, you can. People change all the time. Not me. I've gone too far. My whole identity is built on this fake version of myself. If I stop posting, I'll have nothing left. You'll have yourself. She wipes her eyes, rain washing away makeup, looks at me one last time with completely genuine expression. I'm sorry for what I put you through. You deserved better than being my prop. Chloe, please. I am breaking up with you. Gets in her car without another word, drives away, leaving me standing alone in parking lot. Watch her taillights disappear into rainy night. Stand there for 10 minutes getting completely soaked. Rain feels appropriate for how this whole thing ended. Walk back to my car feeling empty. Drive home in complete silence. Sit in apartment staring at wall. Realize I actually love the real person underneath all that fake content. But she was right. She couldn't change. A few hours later, check her social media one last time. Post breakup content with crying selfie. Caption about toxic relationships and moving forward. Comments supporting her decision. Never mentions the real conversation we had in parking lot. That moment of genuine honesty gets buried under performed grief. Block her on everything and delete social media apps. Few weeks later, here she's dating someone new. Same pattern continues with different guy. Occasionally wonder if she ever thinks about that moment, when she was actually real for 5 minutes. Probably not, content creation never stops. Now only date girls who can put their phone down. Still think about her sometimes though, not the influencer version. The real person I glimpsed at the end. Moral of story anons. Some people get so lost in fake versions of themselves, they forget how to be real even when they want to. Sitting here playing devil, may cry 5, feeling motivated, but also kind of sad the end. BME23 been best friends with Marcus since we were 8 years old. Met in 3rd grade when he moved to our town. Kid was shy as hell, didn't know anyone. Invited him to sit with me at lunch on his first day. Been inseparable ever since. Went through middle school, awkwardness together. Survived high school with same friend group. Marcus, me, and 3 other guys who've known each other forever. We're the type of friends who know each other's families. Spent countless nights at each other's houses. His mom still calls me her second son. My parents treat him like family. We had this tradition every Friday night. Marcus and I would hang out, play video games, watch movies. Sometimes the whole group would get together. 15 years of friendship, thought nothing could change that. Then Marcus meets Stephanie at his new job. She works in HR. He's in accounting. Starts talking about this girl constantly. Stephanie said this. Stephanie thinks that. At first, we're happy for him. Marcus hasn't had serious girlfriend in 2 years. Guy deserves some happiness. Brings her to meet our friend group after they've been dating a month. Stephanie seems nice enough at first. Little quiet. Sticks close to Marcus the whole time. Doesn't really engage with the rest of us much. She's just shy. She'll warm up. That's what Marcus says when we mention it. A few weeks later, Marcus starts canceling Friday night plans. Sorry, dude. Stephanie wants to do something tonight. No big deal. Happens to everyone in relationships. But then it becomes every Friday. Then it spreads to weekends with the group. Can't make it. Stephanie has plans for us. Start noticing Marcus never hangs out without asking Stephanie first. Even for quick lunch or coffee, he has to check with her. Let me see if Stephanie's okay with it. She's okay with it? Dude, you're asking permission to see your friends. It's not permission, I'm just being considerate. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Marcus. Things get weirder when we actually spend time with them together. Stephanie monopolizes every conversation. If Marcus starts talking about something she doesn't know about, she changes the subject immediately, mentions our inside jokes or shared memories. She gets this look like we're speaking foreign language. Starts making comments about how much time Marcus used to spend with us. Wow, you guys really lived in each other's pockets. It's healthy for Marcus to have other interests now. Other interests meaning her exclusively, apparently. Our friend group starts seeing Marcus less and less, from weekly hangouts to maybe once a month. When he does show up, he's constantly texting Stephanie, just letting her know where I am. She worries when I don't check in. Bro, you're 23 years old hanging with friends you've known for decades. What's there to worry about? You don't understand. She has anxiety. Her anxiety becomes excuse for everything. Can't go to movies. Stephanie has anxiety about crowds. Can't go to bars. Stephanie has anxiety about drunk people. Can't hang out late. Stephanie has anxiety when he's not home. Slowly, our entire friend group gets filtered through Stephanie's comfort zone, which coincidentally excludes most things we used to enjoy together. The final straw comes during Marcus's birthday. We plan surprise party like we have every year since high school. Invite all his friends, his family, people who care about him. Spend weeks organizing it at his favorite restaurant. Day of the party, Marcus doesn't show up. We're all sitting there with decorations and cake. Finally get text from him. Sorry guys, Stephanie planned something special for just us two. She didn't know about the party, Ben. Didn't know because Marcus never told her, because he knew she'd find a way to make it about her. We end up eating his birthday cake without him. His own mother is there asking where her son is. Have to explain that his girlfriend had other plans. The look of disappointment on his mom's face breaks my heart. Woman who's known me since I was 8 asking what happened to her boy. A few days later, confront Marcus about missing his own party. Look, I appreciate what you guys did, but Stephanie put a lot of effort into planning something romantic. I couldn't just ditch her for you guys. Ditch her for us? Marcus, we're your best friends. You are, but she's my girlfriend. She has to come first now. First? Since when is love a hierarchy where friends get demoted? Since I decided to build a future with someone. Maybe you guys need to accept that things change. Things change, but they don't have to disappear entirely. Stephanie thinks you guys are holding me back. Holding you back from what exactly? From growing up, from being a real adult. Real adults can't maintain friendships, apparently. Realize Stephanie has been poisoning him against us slowly. Little comments here and there about how immature we are, how he needs to focus on serious relationship goals, how spending time with friends is childish behavior, classic isolation tactics from controlling partners. Try to explain this to Marcus, but he gets defensive. Stephanie's not controlling, she's just helping me prioritize. Prioritize her over everyone else who's known you longer. You guys are being dramatic. Just because I have a girlfriend doesn't mean our friendship is over. But it kind of is, Marcus. We haven't had real conversation in months. Every interaction is filtered through what Stephanie wants. You've become a completely different person. I haven't changed, I've just matured. Matured into someone who needs permission to see his childhood friends. Argument escalates and Marcus storms off. Doesn't speak to any of us for 2 weeks. When he finally reaches out, it's to announce Stephanie moved in with him. We're taking the next step in our relationship. Great, Marcus, happy for you. Invite him to celebrate with drinks. Stephanie doesn't really like bars. Of course she doesn't. A few months pass with minimal contact. See Marcus around town occasionally with Stephanie. He waves but never stops to actually talk. Like we're acquaintances instead of people who grew up together. Hear through mutual friends that Marcus and Stephanie got engaged. Find out through Facebook instead of him telling us directly. That hurts more than expected. Your best friend getting engaged and you learn it from the social media. Decide to reach out and congratulate him. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're really excited. Stephanie's already planning everything. Bet she is. Probably planning guest list too. So when's the bachelor party? Long pause on the phone. Actually, we decided not to do bachelor parties. Stephanie thinks they're immature and disrespectful to relationships. Of course she does, Marcus. But hey, you'll get an invitation to the wedding. An invitation not asking me to be best man, not even asking me to be in wedding party. Just generic invitation like distant relative. Person who's been your brother for 15 years gets invited like stranger. Wedding happens few months later. Beautiful ceremony. Stephanie looks happy. Marcus looks happy too, but different somehow. Like he's playing role of person he thinks he should be. Reception is awkward as hell. Our old friend group sits at table and back. Stephanie's friends and family dominate everything. Marcus barely talks to us all night. When he does come over, Stephanie appears within minutes. Honey, my uncle wants to meet you. Honey, we need pictures with my sorority sisters. Every conversation gets interrupted by Stephanie needing him. Realize this is what the rest of his life will look like. Every interaction monitored, every friendship filtered. A few months after wedding, Marcus texts me, "Hey, want to grab coffee and catch up?" First time he's initiated hangout in over a year. Meet up and he looks tired, stressed. Stephanie's been having hard time adjusting to married life. Hard time adjusting to what exactly she thinks some of my friendships are unhealthy. Unhealthy how, Marcus? She says you guys remind me of who I used to be, instead of helping me become who I should be. Who you should be, according to Stephanie. Look, I think it's best if we take a break from hanging out. A break, Marcus, or permanent end. Just until Stephanie feels more secure in our marriage. Secure in your marriage with people who've known you since childhood. This isn't easy for me either. Then don't do it, Marcus. Choose your friends for once. I can't. She's my wife now. She has to come first in everything. Everything, including friendships that predate her by over a decade. Realize this is goodbye conversation, not dramatic breakup, just quiet ending. I hope you understand. I understand, Marcus. I understand perfectly. You've chosen someone who demands you erase your past over people who've been family since 3rd grade. Shake his hand instead of hugging. Feels too formal but somehow appropriate. Watch him walk away knowing it's probably last time we'll really talk. Few years later, here Marcus and Stephanie divorced. Apparently she left him for someone she met at work. All that isolation, all those burned bridges for someone who walked away anyway. Marcus tries reaching out to old friends afterward. Hey, I know things got weird, but I miss hanging out. Stephanie and I are getting divorced. Maybe we can reconnect. Some of the guys are willing to give it another chance. Me, I'm still too hurt by how easily he discarded us. 15 years of friendship thrown away for a woman who didn't even stay. Now he wants to come back because he's lonely and needs us again. That's not how friendship works, Marcus. You don't get to put people on shelf until you need them. Occasionally see him around town, always alone now. Looks sad, older than his years. Probably realizes what he lost when he chose isolation over connection. Wonder if he thinks about all the memories we made together, all the birthday parties, inside jokes, late-night conversations. Traded all of that for someone who never really knew him. Stephanie loved the version of Marcus she created. We loved the person he actually was, but he chose her molded version over his authentic self. Some people learn too late that partners should add to your life, not subtract everyone else from it. Healthy relationships don't require you to abandon your history. They embrace the people who helped make you who you are. Marcus learned this after burning every bridge he had. By then it was too late to rebuild what we lost. Trust broken, years gone, friendships don't just resurrect themselves. Now I'm more careful about friends who get into controlling relationships. Watch for signs of isolation. Try to speak up earlier, but ultimately can't save someone who won't save themselves. Some people will choose toxic love over unconditional friendship, even when everyone around them sees the destruction coming. Marcus made his choice. Now he lives with consequences. Sitting here thinking about childhood friend who became stranger. Wondering if he ever regrets choosing someone temporary over something permanent. Moral of story anons. Real love doesn't ask you to abandon everyone else. If someone demands you choose between them and your lifelong friends, choose the people who've proven their loyalty over years, not someone who's threatened by your history.